Imagine making a decision you believe is completely yours, but in reality, someone subtly guided you toward it. Most manipulation doesn't look aggressive. It doesn't look evil. It looks normal. It feels natural. And that's exactly why it works. In this video, we're breaking down the hidden psychological tactics manipulators use to influence your decisions without you even noticing. One of the most powerful tactics is the illusion of choice. Manipulators rarely force you. Instead, they give you two options, but both benefit them. It feels like freedom. But the outcome was controlled from the start. When someone frames your choices carefully, they narrow your thinking without you realizing it. The framing effect changes how information is presented. For example, say a 90% success rate sounds better than 10% failure rate, even though both mean the same thing. Manipulators use framing to guide emotional reactions. They don't change facts, they change perception. When something is repeated often enough, your brain begins to accept it as truth. This is called the illusion of truth effect. Even weak arguments feel stronger through repetition. Manipulators repeat ideas until your mind becomes familiar with them, and familiarity feels like truth. Urgency is another powerful influence tool. Limited time, last chance, act now. When your brain feels rushed, it switches from logical thinking to emotional reaction. Manipulators create artificial urgency so you don't have time to analyze. Humans follow groups. It's wired into us. When many people approve something, your brain assumes it must be correct. Manipulators use fake popularity, exaggerated approval, or selective examples to make you conform. When someone appears authoritative, we instinctively trust them. Titles, uniforms, confidence, these trigger compliance. The authority effect reduces questioning. Manipulators use status signals to make their suggestions feel unquestionable. Emotion overrides logic. When you're angry, excited, afraid, or flattered, your critical thinking weakens. Manipulators intentionally trigger emotional reactions before making requests, because emotional decisions are faster and less rational. Guilt is subtle but powerful. When someone says, "After everything I've done for you," your brain feels social debt. Manipulators create emotional imbalance to push compliance. When someone gives you something even, something small, you feel obligated to return the favor. This is reciprocity. Manipulators give strategically, not generously. The favor isn't kindness. It's investment. Isolation increases influence. When alternative opinions disappear, manipulators' voice becomes dominant. Less input equals less resistance. Validation lowers defense. When someone boosts your ego, your brain relaxes. You associate them with positive emotion. That's when influence slips in. Confusion weakens resistance. If someone overwhelms you with complex explanations, you're more likely to surrender and agree. Manipulators start small, tiny agreement, then slightly bigger. This is called the foot in the door technique. Once you commit, your brain wants consistency. Mirroring builds trust fast. When someone matches your movements or tone, your brain reads similarity. Similarity builds connection. Connection lowers suspicion. Fear narrows thinking. When fear increases, options feel limited. Manipulators exaggerate threats to push quick decisions. When someone becomes your only source of solution, approval, or information, you become dependent. Dependency increases compliance. Manipulators test small boundaries first. If you tolerate small violations, they escalate slowly. The moment you recognize these patterns, influence weakens. Awareness restores control. Manipulation isn't about force, it's about subtle guidance. Now that you see the patterns, illusion of choice, urgency, guilt, validation, you're harder to influence. Stay aware, think slowly, decide consciously,